In the years since Tony Stark told the world he was Iron Man, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has introduced a huge cast of superheroes with a wide array of abilities. From a genetically enhanced World War II soldier to a photon-blasting Kree-human hybrid, the MCU's decade-long saga has brought together the most ambitious superpowered team in cinematic history. It has also inspired a lively debate about the strength of each character's abilities and who would be considered the most formidable Avenger. We rated every hero's value on the battlefield on a scale of 1 to 10, with some exceptions, using evidence from the 23 interconnected MCU movies, including and especially Avengers. Endgame. We also made some necessary adjustments after Peter Parker's new adventure in Spider-Man: Far From Home. So, here we go. 10. Vision. Paul Bettany as Vision. Marvel Studios' abilities. Vision was an android with a synthetic vibranium body, allowing him to walk through walls and fly. His consciousness was a combination of Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, Stark's artificial intelligence, and the Mind Stone. Power scale. 7. In theory, Vision should be one of the most powerful Avengers. He had the freaking Mind Stone embedded in his forehead. But it's clear that Vision never tapped into the stone's true power, possibly because he knew what kind of destruction and horror that could cause. He even admitted that he didn't understand the stone and that it controlled him more than he controlled it. He was also meant to be the smartest and certainly the most righteous Avenger. He was even able to wield Thor's hammer in Age of Ultron. But in actual battle scenes, he didn't prove himself very effective. He was useless in Infinity War and managed to survive only with Wanda's help. When he was destroyed by Thanos, Vision didn't even put up a fight. 9. Hulk. Mark Ruffalo as Professor Hulk, a combination of Hulk's body and Bruce Banner's mind. Abilities. Hulk, Bruce Banner's rage-fueled alter ego, was created by Bruce's version of the super soldier serum and a huge blast of gamma radiation. His main power is his remarkable, untiring strength. Plus, Hulk is basically immortal, and Bruce himself is a genius. Power scale. 7.5. Hulk has traditionally been seen as the strongest Avenger physically and for good reason, though he's been subdued by both Iron Man and Thor. Then he got wrecked in Infinity War, and we haven't seen him fight since. Now that Bruce has managed to merge his mind with Hulk's body, he seems thoroughly disinterested in fighting. The Hulk body is still wildly strong and nearly indestructible, but Bruce no longer has Hulk's ferocity, and now it looks as if he has only one working arm. 8. Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman is T'Challa, aka Black Panther. Marvel abilities. Whoever holds the Black Panther mantle in Wakanda, currently King T'Challa, is given heightened abilities after eating the heart-shaped herb. He has superhuman strength, speed, durability, agility, stamina, healing, and reflexes. T'Challa is also a master martial artist and tactician. His Black Panther suit is weaved with nearly indestructible vibranium that can absorb kinetic energy, such as blasts or punches, and repurpose it as a counterattack. Power scale. 7.5. Black Panther's strength and enhanced abilities are on par with those granted by Captain America's super soldier serum. His fighting style is graceful and acrobatic, setting him apart from many of our other heroes, as does his quiet, intense resilience. Even when he was caught off guard without his suit in Civil War, he was essentially equal to Winter Soldier in hand-to-hand combat. With the energy-absorbing suit that made its debut in Black Panther, he's nearly invulnerable. 7th. Spider-Man. Tom Holland as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Sony Pictures abilities. When Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider, he gained the proportionate strength of a spider, making him considerably stronger, faster, more durable, and more agile than the average man. He also has enhanced senses that give him incredible battle instincts, allowing him to dodge and counter incoming attacks more effectively. Plus, he can shoot webs from his hands and climb up walls. Peter Parker is also far more intelligent than the average teenager. His peers tend to see him as the smartest in his competitive honors school, and he's the star of the academic decathlon with minimal effort. Power scale. 8. In Civil War, Spider-Man's first real fight, he handily defeated both Falcon and Winter Soldier. He even held his own against Captain America, though Cap was clearly holding back. It's true that he's still young and relatively inexperienced. In Infinity War, he was easily smacked down by Thanos and was even restrained by Star-Lord, somehow. But that began to shift in Endgame. Now, with the evidence from Spider-Man Far From Home, we can say that he's finally come into his own and accessed his real power. Spider-Man has become a fully fledged Avenger, especially now that he has near unlimited access to supersuits and weaponry designed by Tony Stark. He's one of very few characters who can actually understand and build these designs, which means he'll only get more dangerous. 6th. Doctor Strange. Abilities. Doctor Strange is a master of the mystic arts, a sorcerer sworn to defend the fabric of reality. He has nearly infinite stores of magic and can bend aspects of space and time, even though he can't use the time stone anymore. Other masters have noted that Strange seems born for the mystic arts and, according to the Ancient One, Strange is destined to be the best of us. Power scale. 8.5. The nature of the mystic arts does put Strange at a slight disadvantage because he needs to move his arms and hands to access his power, which is how Ebony Maw was able to capture him in Infinity War. But we can't hold Strange's loss to Thanos against him because he knew how that battle would turn out. He knew the Avengers had to lose first in order to win. So we don't know how Strange would have fared in that fight if he hadn't seen his own death occur in advance, but we do know that without him, Tony and the Guardians wouldn't have stood a chance. In Endgame, Strange mostly focused on practical damage control, so we didn't see him face off with Thanos again. But we did see that he can teleport whole armies from across the galaxy, so that's a huge plus. 5th. Iron Man. Abilities. Tony Stark's so-called powers all came from his genius-level intelligence. He built the first Iron Man suit while held captive by a terrorist group in a cave in Afghanistan. Over the following years, he constantly rebuilt and improved his Iron Man technology, eventually harnessing nanotech to create an extremely durable suit with powerful weapons. Power scale. 9. Iron Man was the only Avenger able to injure Thanos in Infinity War, and he did it when Thanos had already collected 4 Infinity Stones. He was also the only person Thanos knew by name, as evidence of Iron Man's fearsome reputation. Endgame solidified and built upon that reputation. Iron Man was able to outsmart Thanos in the most important possible moment and briefly wield the power of all 6 Infinity Stones, which previously seemed as if it should be impossible for a regular human body to withstand. 4th. Captain America. Abilities. After enlisting to fight in World War II, Steve Rogers was chosen for Project Rebirth and injected with the Super Soldier Serum. It gave him an ideal physical form, making Rogers indefinitely fitter, stronger, and more durable than any other human. He has enhanced senses, and his body heals itself ridiculously quickly. Captain America typically wields a shield made of vibranium, though we've seen him easily master every other weapon he's laid his hands on, including Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. He's the only known human who's been able to lift it since, according to Thor, it would cause any other person's body and mind to collapse simultaneously. Power scale. 9.5. Captain America was in a position to kill Iron Man in Civil War, which puts him higher on our ranking. He has consistently defeated opponents with flashier powers and is probably unbeatable in close hand-to-hand combat, barring an opponent with powers like Thor's or Captain Marvel's. Plus, as we know from his famous catchphrase, his sheer will and determination make him an invaluable Avenger. He literally never gives up. 3th. Scarlet Witch. Abilities. Wanda Maximoff and her brother were the voluntary subjects of Hydra experiments. Scientists used the scepter, which housed the Mind Stone, to give them otherworldly powers. The scientists didn't actually know about the Mind Stone or understand its uses, so the Maximoffs were not directly subjected to its power. But the scepter did grant Wanda powerful abilities like telekinesis, telepathy, and energy manipulation. Her psionics allow her to fly, generate force fields, move large objects, and project dangerous blasts of energy. She can also invade the minds of her enemies and plant realistic, disturbing visions that can incapacitate them out of fear. We saw her do just that in Age of Ultron with Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and Thor. Power scale. 10. They did Wanda dirty in Infinity War. Her feelings for Vision may have impeded her powers, or at least her abilities to wield them effectively. But she's also the only hero who was able to face Thanos one-on-one while sustaining 0 injuries, and she did it twice. She held him off with one hand in Infinity War, and he had already collected 5 stones by that time. She was on the verge of overpowering him in Endgame and might have succeeded if he hadn't trained fire from his ships. We've seen Scarlet Witch grow more powerful with each appearance, and it appears she's getting better at harnessing her raw power. 12th. Thor. Abilities. Members of the Asgardian royal family are not actual gods, per se, but they're as close to gods as you can get. Thor is ridiculously powerful, such that only his father and older sister, both dead, would surpass his strength. He's not immortal, but he's close to invulnerable, considering he endured the full force of a star and survived. Thor is most powerful when he can channel his powers through an enchanted, loyal weapon forged on Nidavellir, like the hammer, Mjolnir, or the axe, Stormbreaker. But as the god of thunder, he can also summon and harness pure lightning. Power scale. 20. Thor is so powerful that filmmakers are constantly looking for ways to handicap him. In Ragnarok, they destroyed his hammer. In Infinity War, they took him out of the picture for most of the action, and when they put him back in, a suitable weapon in his hands, he was mere moments away from killing Thanos. In Endgame, they gave him severe symptoms of alcoholism and depression, undermining his ability to fight effectively. 1. Captain Marvel. Abilities? Though she was born on Earth as a regular human, Carol Danvers absorbed the power of the Tesseract, which housed the Space Stone. She was granted superhuman strength, speed, and flight. She can emit extremely powerful photon blasters from her fists. Additionally, she was made into a Kree-human hybrid after the Kree soldier Jan Rog gave her blood transfusions. The Kree are naturally stronger and more durable than humans. Thanks to her time with the Kree Star Force, Captain Marvel is also highly trained in combat. Power scale. 100. Captain Marvel, she is as powerful a character as we've ever put in a movie, the Marvel Studios head, Kevin Feige, told Vulture. Her powers are off the charts, and when she's introduced, she will be by far the strongest character we've ever had. He was right. We saw Captain Marvel punch through an entire spaceship with complete ease, mere moments after realizing her true power. She didn't need training or time to learn how to harness her abilities, as many Avengers did. We've seen her manipulate cosmic energy at will, armoring her body with surging power that allows her to fly through space and withstand attacks. She flew across multiple light years in one night while carrying an entire spaceship. She wasn't budged or even affected when Thanos punched her in the head. There is no one in the MCU who could even come close to her power. Thanks for watching my video. If you loved it, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.